Got another deck request, this time by someone completely new to the channel as far as I remember anyhow. So Old School Duel has recommended this team to me. Let me just put all the units in here and then we'll go over the deck really fast. Alright, so first things first, he told me to optimize it how I see fit best. Thing is, it's really difficult to do that because you're going to notice that there are a couple of slower units in the deck. Not much I can do about that. Now besides that, there are units that I felt had more than enough speed, so I went ahead and put pretty much all their dupes into attack. That would be Jocko here, and this Unit 590 base Gogeta. So going over the character skills and dupes, I dupe Jocko entirely into attack. He's got more than enough speed. Then we have one of my favorite units in the game. Unit 359, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Give me a second, I'm taking it through a lozenge. Now, I meant to get to this sooner, but unfortunately, I've been rather sick these past couple weeks. Meaning weather changes do not mix. I got a really fucking weak immune system, and it sucks. Alright, that'll hold me for a while. So I went ahead and Bardock's case and duped him entirely into speed because I feel like he's got enough attack as is. My other thing is, I want him to be able to keep up with the rest of the team. So for those purposes, I did dupe him entirely into speed. Though you could go however you want to about this unit. You can even go half and half in health and attack if you want to, but since the idea is trying to get Bardock and Broly going in terms of speed so they can catch up with the rest of the team, you know, for that reason I duped him entirely into speed. Now the reason I didn't do that, actually no, I ended up doing that in Broly's case for the same reason. Because he has more than enough attack as is. If you want him to clear the enemy's field reliably and safely, you kind of need to have him keep up with the rest of the team. But besides that, I went ahead and duped as he recommended for this Vegito. Just because, well, I feel like that's a good amount of dupes as far as attack was considered. So, I mean, I do that too with mine. And me personally, I even think I put the rest into health. You know, having extra speed is not bad. And I'm only leaving the 4 speed in here so that he can help to make up for the lack of speed with Broly and Bardock. And speaking of, we're going to be leading with Bardock, Vegito, and Jocko. So getting right into our first 3 battle. I already have them picked out. We got 16, 65, and 66. We got Super Saiyan 4 Goku with a bunch of himself. Talk about conceded. Alright, so Jocko, Bardock, and Vegeta. I'm gonna go ahead and block for Jocko because I feel like out of the 2 units, he really needs a shield a lot more out of the 2. And pretty much how Old School Duel has recommended I run this is to pretty much repeat this with turn 2. And when it comes to like turn 3, I can put down Broly. And if I really need to block for the Master, I can put down Gogeta as well. Bro, it's seriously been killing me lately. It hasn't been fun. I don't expect Robert to take a whole lot. Then again, ODU skills. More than I thought, but hey, he lived like I predicted he would, so all good. Alright, now we'll go ahead and block for Bardock. Because that's another thing that old school recommended. If I need to, I can sacrifice Jocko turn 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We have plenty of speed throughout the entire team as is. I get shafted and still outspeed. That's hilarious. Imagine if Jocko kills this Goku. Of course not. Pretty interesting team. You got both fusions, Broly and Bardock, both huge fan favorites. And then Jocko's just kind of here, which is funny. That Goku unit is so freaking good. Very underrated unit still, I think, to this day. He's seriously freaking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and now put Bardock up here. Oh yeah, we're easily outspeed, so I'm not worried. And Broly should just clean house here, no problem. Even with that Super Saiyan 4 Goku unit there. Which I feel really bad for Sherlock games in the board that we're in, because poor guy has some of the worst luck on pulling Unit 205. He's trying to get more of that. For good reason. Because it's one of the most busted units in the entire game. RNG keeps giving him the other version for some reason. So everyone watching, wish him luck, so hopefully he can get more of them. Because I know what that pain in hell is like. At least as far as trying to summon for a specific version of a unit goes. So before tools, before the save editor, I was summoning for all the units in this game legitimately. Up until either the second or the third iteration of figures that came in. It took me, and I shit you not, nearly 17 and a half straight hours of summoning just so I could get one attack version of the first UI Goku that we got in this game. And it's a UR exclusive, so it was very difficult to obtain. It was very annoying. Also, that was before we had multi-summon where you could do it 5 at a time. And I had all the TP medals, you know, in the world to do that with. Just imagine if I didn't have all those TP medals. It would have taken possibly even longer. We don't know. RNG is a fickle thing. Alright, so next we have Mr. Saiyan. That was such a huge pain in the ass, though. I did not enjoy summoning for that UI Goku unit. Also, if I sound quieter in my vids lately, that's for a couple of reasons. One, I'm trying not to peak and blow out people's eardrums. And two, well, I got the mic kind of further away from my face. So if I sound like I'm shouting, you know, I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to talk loud enough, especially considering I got neighbors and, well, I don't really have a boom. And I don't feel like getting one either, so There's that too. I'm saying screw it, and then I'm just gonna try to focus on the Khalifa. She's more of a threat, in my opinion, than this Gohan. Wait a minute. Oh crap, it's the EX-16. So everyone's going after him right now. That's actually kind of a problem. Especially since he has a lot of defense, and there's that Gohan as well. Definitely do not screw that up. So hopefully Bardock should be able to get rid of him, no problem. Please kill him. Thank you. That would have been really annoying to deal with the rest of the fight. Please for my kill here. Surprisingly, no. Got very lucky. Let's see this Gohan kill this Jocko. Amazingly, no. I expected Jocko to die right there. Let me look at this Gohan's attack real quick. Okay, that would be why. That's funny, even with this. Because, as you all know with my defensive team... Actually, hold on a minute. No, this should be the defensive version that I use. Or, well, no, the health version that I use. But again, this is like a hacked Gohan, so... You all know by now. AI has access to figures and stats that we don't. And character skills as well. It's the best way of trying to balance it, since we can do counterattacks and spirit bombs and whatnot. Not really the best solution. I should have maybe with the Gohan, but I want to get rid of Khalifa. And I would rather lose Jocko than Bardock or Vegito. Pitiful damage. Let's see, does this one shot? No. Damn, I could have really used that counter attack. This should be hilarious. Watching Hercule kill Blue Vegito. Imagine Hercule taking out that character. Insane, makes no sense. Well, shit, that sucks. Okay, 0-2. This isn't looking too good. Let's see. Take no damage once, that turn only. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. I doubt Broly's gonna survive, but at least we're outspeeding. So maybe there's a shot. He should actually one-shot them both, come to think of it. Then again, they have going on no 2 skills. I'm really not sure. Damn, this Gogeta really doesn't do a whole lot. That's how much he's doing with max investment into attack, by the way. Meh. Could have been worse, but at the very least now they don't get to hold us. This likely won't one-shot. And bam. Yeah. Such an OP unit that Gohan. Gonna take very pitiful master damage. All that defense from that master, was that the Gogeta? I gotta look at this Gogeta again. I don't really use it much. I want to say yes. 1,000 to own master defense and minus 20% to own damage taken. Yeah, so that was from this Gogeta. Thank you, Gogeta. Alright, and now we'll just put down Broly, because why not? And now he's just kind of here for the most part. And now Broly's going to completely obliterate Hercule's side. Should be at least 7k. I think. Yep, 7k. Alright, on to free battle 66. Vegito. This might be a tougher one, if anything, just because of the Rose Goku Black, and he has that Blue Vegito EX unit as well. That Blue Vegito unit is freaking amazing. Easily one of the most busted units in the entire game. Alright, so Vegito, let's see, upper left. Then there's Buhan. Most of them go on the upper left, from what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and block for Jocko this time. Because I feel like Bardock should be able to live at least one hit from the Blue Gogeta. Also, if I haven't stated already, not a bad deck, though I think the couple of units could use replacing. That's just me though, because Broly is way too slow. Jocko, while speed is excellent, doesn't really do a whole lot outside of that. And then we got this Bardock, who's kind of in an awkward spot if you're trying to like throw him into a quick team with like Jocko, Vegeta, and Vegito, and the Gogeta. You know, at least they're all quick. But yeah, this Bardock and Broly really slow. But these are units that I think you'd be better placed in like an up second team. And I'm gonna do this actually, hold on. Let me look at their speed real quick. Jesus, that's a lot. Let's see. Yeah, we'll easily outspeed either way. I'm gonna do this. There we go, that's the right play. Because now I'll be able to get rid of the Rose Goku Black. And Gogeta is not going to take any damage off from the Blue Vegito, so we're safe here. Got more than enough speed, so I went ahead and just bench Jocko for the time being. Decks like these, by the way, they can work, but they're nowhere near as consistent as like a team that's trying to go, you know, first and hit hard. You kind of need units to do both of those for like the entire deck. And even same thing with like an up second team. You kind of want a really good defensive team that can also hit hard and take a lot of hits. Now, besides that, it's good to see that he has at least 2 ultimate gauges on every turn. That is very, very important, especially against AI, because out of anyone, like players or AI tend to fuck with you when it comes to your ult gauge the most. I notice. Then again, the PvP community, there's like no PvP on the PC version. You all know this by now. And I suppose we'll do this, actually. Not worried about the Zamasu, to be honest. Also, just because it's been such a, you know, good while since I did it here at Colosseum, but I want to say it's been at least a couple weeks now. Well, then we'll do Game 2 next. I was gonna skip him, but it's been a good while. I do have other stuff that I want to do in here at Colosseum still. And speaking of one of the most biggest supporters, Shiro, he's taking a bit of a break from the court. Just throwing this out there. If you need anything, DMs are open. And we'll be ready for you when you decide to come back. So just let me know. I'll send you another invite. Alright, next up we got Gamma 2. Alright, so I already know that Jocko's more than likely going to get bodied. I can't really avoid that. I'm unfortunately going to have to try blocking for the guy. And hope that Bardock's HP is enough to survive the Gohan. This is going to be a much more difficult pre-battle than the last few we just did. Okay, not bad damage considering his pitiful stats. Alright, that's enough. Oh, so this Bardock can one-shot the Gohan. Alright, very good. I had a feeling he would. Wasn't too sure, though. Alright, now, just because I'm paranoid about Gamma 2 double stacking over here, I'm going to take off Jocko for just a sec, and we're going to put down Gogeta, and then we're going to put Vegeta over here. Okay, I'm glad I did that. Because now Gogeta is just going to laugh in both of the Gamma's faces. That should be enough down speed. Pretty sure I would have been good even if they got a 300. Alright, so goodbye Super Vegito. Another very busted unit. Vegito gets a lot of great. Like the fusions in general, for the most part, all have great units. With the exception of any of the merge Zamasus. They're kind of crap in my opinion. Except the one that looks like he's doing the Lightning of Absolution or whatever the hell that attack is called. No, that one looks like it could be halfway decent. But it's really gimmicky. Alright, now I'll put Broly down. Like 6k. Not a lot of defense at all to work with. I'm gonna hold off. I'll hold off. I'm gonna make sure that Gamma 2 dies, if anything, first. Of course I get shafted. That's okay, though. We got Jocko. Turn 3 and he's already casually doing over 10k. Such a damn good unit. Love this Blue Vegito. Very nice. And Barla gets to finish out the match. Very happy about that. I freaking love this figure. Alright, well, hopefully next time I come back to Hero Colosseum, I can do another figure duel. Because Sherlock was wanting to test Blue Evolution Vegeta against, I think it was a Blue Vegeta. I need to double check which number it was. Give me a sec. I think it was against 368. So I'll get with RC and we'll do that. Probably later this evening, maybe. If we have time to, anyhow. But that's gonna do it for now. I'm gonna go get some rest here. Hopefully sleep off the rest of this stupid sick. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.